Hi, this is Hans. I wanted to show you a flyby I captured over in Sylmar, April 2nd, 2016, about 5:20. I ended up setting up my disco ball and put out a calling about 5 o'clock. About 20 minutes later, this perfectly round orb showed up. So I started to record it. It appeared almost exactly above me. It's what I call a neck breaker. The technical word for this is called the zenith, or the highest point reached by a celestial or other object. Of the two main types of balloons, latex and foils, this one resembled more of like the latex variety. But in case you forgot, this is what a latex balloon looks like. As you notice, latex balloons are oblong, not round. The only way it would look perfectly round is if it wasn't moving, and if you were either directly above or below it. If you looked at one of the distinctive features of the latex balloons, for this example, the necktie, if it rotated, the shape of the balloon would no longer remain perfectly round. If you could see something protruding from the bottom, rotating, and it still remains round, you're looking at something that is spherical. So here's the one that I captured on that day. I used my ETX90, my 90mm 3.5-inch telescope. I've got my A6000 connected to it, but you could see that it's completely spherical. This is not oblong. This is completely round. This is an orb. What I noticed is that on the close-ups of this, you could see it's almost made up of two different kind of colors. There's a lighter side and then the darker side. Something that you'll also notice is that in the middle of it, there's it almost looks like some sort of a cut-out white divot, and it's kind of interesting. If you have to take a look at it really close, but you know, the other thing that that really stood out to me is that as there is a rotation of this thing, and you'll see it in just a moment. But there's a rotation, and there is something protruding from the middle of it, and you'll see that in just a second. Very fascinating, and it seems to be clear, or it seems to be the same color. Whatever it is seems to be the same color. But it's almost like a stick protruding out of it, and it will rotate. Just incredible. There's absolutely something there. So anyway, just wanted to show you some live captured footage here. Me and a friend ended up capturing the actual flyby. So yeah, this was quite a capture, very unexpected.
Kind of middle.
Am I going up? Oh, there's another one up there. Gosh darn it, here it is. There's another one. Here it is. Do you see it?
Yeah, right there. Right. Wait.
What do you see? What do you see?
Right there. Right there.
Where do you see? Focus it. Focus it.
I'm trying to.
Oh my gosh. Do you see it?
Yes. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta up right there, middle.
What does it look like? Try to focus.
Round as well.
It's round?
Yeah, I'm trying to. There. It's kind of. Whoa. It's moving around. Okay.
So I'm recording it, and then this thing shows up. So all of a sudden, this small one comes out of nowhere and is moving fast. It was moving so fast it was hard to capture. I wanted to know what it looked like because I wanted another video that proves that these flybys look like balloons, but not this time. We really couldn't zoom in on it, which tells me that it was big. I mean really big, like planet size, which was interesting. Because maybe it wasn't moving. Maybe I captured Venus again during the day. Maybe the round orb was the flyby. Venus is the only planet visible during daylight. So I checked with my sky map application on my iPhone, and I found that Venus was nowhere in the vicinity of the zenith. That in fact, Venus was located below the sun this day, and the sun was getting ready to set at 40 degrees to the west. Very interesting. So what was it? One thing for sure is that it was huge, very far away, and it was moving. And for some reason, I was able to capture it. When I call, I usually ask if they would teach me something so I could teach others. This is something you should incorporate into your own calling. This one was taught to me by Fausto Perez. This is kind of an unselfish request. Definitely try it. The cool thing about this phenomenon is that it's happening today and everyone has the capability of doing this, and I want to prove it to you. I believe that some people are more in tune to this than others, and I don't think I'm one of them, and yet I see a lot of wacky things. I want to tap into people who are good at this and get us all together, and that's one of the reasons why we have these UFO sighting events. We see anything from 15 to 40 things every time we end up going out. Are we always in the right place at the right time? Are you capable of doing the same thing right now? I hope people understand that there's a bunch of people doing this from around the world. We're basically sky fishing. Don't think that we're doing this 8 hours a day. A lot of people do this just on their off time, right when they get off work. Personally, I might spend maybe a half hour per day if I have some sunlight to sky fish. I would say most of us don't put in any more than a half an hour into this. This is not like Loch Ness Monster sightings. There's a lot out there. It's just that our group is usually the ones out there with video cameras. For some reason, when we call, they come. Please come to our next UFO sighting event. Please join LA UFO channel on meetup.com. I want to be there when you see your first UFO.